Hi guys, it's Lindsay, and I am working on video number, I think 3. I'm not even sure. But this is for the Virtual Homeschool Co-op. This is assignment number 3. And I'm wearing the same outfit as the one before because I'm catching up. I am almost caught up. I have one more video left, and I'll be caught up. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I did join the virtual co-op late, so now I'm just trying to work my way being caught up. So I'm not going to be behind. I will leave the links to the virtual homeschool co-op. This is assignment number 3, and it is, do I have a book list? And all about a book list. We do not have a book list. Like I said in my intro video, my daughter is 7. She has dyslexia, so we aren't reading yet. We are slowly working into reading. So I don't have a book list. But after watching some of the other YouTube homeschool moms, I think that I do plan on adding a book list to our homeschooling. Right now, I just come to the library and pick out books to read to them, because I do read 20 minutes a day to both children. Sometimes only my 7-year-old can sit still long enough. But I do read 20 minutes to them, and I keep a log like this one. It's just a reading log that I printed off of Pinterest. And I write down the book and the title and how long we read or how many chapters that we read. Book list. So I'll answer the questions that I can. Do you reward and give a sentence to read? Sort of. This year, I learned last year at the very end of the year that Six Flags does a reading program. I don't really know what it's called. I will leave the link below if they're doing it this year. I think they are. But you have to read, I think, so many books or for so many minutes or hours, like all together, to get tickets to go to a Six Flags. And since we don't live too far from Six Flags, I plan on trying to do that, which is where another reason why I keep the reading log, so we have it to send in when we do decide whether we're going to do that program or not. I have a little gift box that eventually, when we get to the reading part, that I believe we will do incentives, especially with her having dyslexia and it's taking her harder to read, taking her a harder time to read. So I feel like we definitely will do incentives to give her that extra push to help her read. Do you quiz for comprehension is the next question. Yes. Although, like I said, she's not reading yet, but when I'm reading to her, I do stop and ask her questions throughout the book to make sure that she is understanding and following along. And she does very well with it. So her reading, comprehension, and listening is great. We're just now working on the reading aspect of it, which hopefully by the end of this year we will be reading. I hope. Cross your fingers. But she's getting close. And I have 2 chapter books right now that I have from the library that we are reading. Well, we're reading one now, and then we have one for after we're done. But in our local, one of our local co-ops, a homeschool mom organized a daughter book club, which I joined because I want to get my daughter to enjoy reading. She enjoys stories, so I just want her to fall in love with reading, but not be forced to. So this is the first book that we are reading in our book club, We haven't finished it yet. We're almost done. And I read a few chapters a night, and she really enjoys it. She thinks it's cute. She laughs. It makes us laugh. And it's a super cute book. I remember when I was in public school, we read this one year. But I like that it has a video too, so when we're done reading the book, we can watch the video. It's super, super cute. And then this is the next one we plan on reading, The Great Gilly Hopkins. And it also has a movie. It says, read before you see it, which is what we wanted to do. We wanted to make sure we read it before we see it. And she picked this one out, so I'm excited to read that one too. So I don't know what this one's about yet. But I like being able to do books that we can read, that I can read to her, that have movies that follow it, just so she can see how the book adapts into the movie. And then some bonus questions are, what is your intent or goal you use for your reading? My goal is to, right now it's just to get her to read and to enjoy reading. And my why is because, of course, I want her to increase her vocabulary and to build character. But I also want her to have the imagination aspect of it. She already has a very vivid imagination, and I want her to keep that as long as possible. So I want her to be able to read the book or even listen to me read the book and feel like she is in that story. I love reading. I just picked back up reading within the last, just so she can see how the book adapts into the movie. And then some bonus questions are, what is your intent or goal you use for your reading? My goal is to, right now it's just to get her to read and to enjoy reading. And my why is because, of course, I want her to increase her vocabulary and to build character. But I also want her to have the imagination aspect of it. She already has a very vivid imagination, and I want her to keep that as long as possible. So I want her to be able to read the book or even listen to me read the book and feel like she is in that story. I love reading, so I hope that her seeing me read my own books shows her that reading is good for you. Reading is something that should be enjoyed, because why I love reading is I love being able to and being captured in that book and being pulled in and feeling like I'm there and that I can feel what's going on in the book. And that's what I want her to do. I want her to be able to feel the feelings that the writer is expressing and be able to be engaged in that book. Because reading is amazing. Like when I was a kid, I didn't want to, of course, not many kids like reading. I didn't read as much as I should have as a kid, so I want to try to start her foundation off good with being able to read to her and for her to love reading. And that's my aspect. I want her to love reading because reading is knowledge. You gain so much knowledge from reading, whether it be fiction books or nonfiction books. It's just, you learn so much. And knowledge is key. And she loves learning. So, yeah, that's my goal. And like I said, I don't have a reading list right now, but I do plan key. And she loves learning. So, yeah, that's my goal. And like I said, I don't have a reading list right now, but I do plan on finding a reading list that will fit our needs. I've watched some other videos, homeschool mom videos, about their reading list, and I plan on doing my research, and hopefully I find one that'll go with us and that we would enjoy. And then another book, I know I'm kind of all over the place, I'm sorry. Another book that I have that I didn't pull out is Charlotte's Web. We plan on reading that as well. And then, of course, watching the movie. And I'm sure there's other books that I plan on reading. But right now, these are our two focused books that I read to her. And then, of course, we have a whole bookshelf of nothing but pretty much Dr. Seuss books. So I've been reading those too every once in a while. So that is my take on a reading list. If you want to join the virtual homeschool co-op, the links will be in the description bar below, and you will be able to do that, and you can make your video response and whatnot. So yeah, let me know how you like it and whatnot, or what you have read, or what you recommend we should read in our classroom. So yeah, that is all I have for this assignment. I will see you in your next assignment. Bye!